Bakit siya leading? Eh, pareho naman kami tig-isa.
Ang laki ng reaction mo!
Guys, parang napapansin ko pagka one-sided talaga itong relasyon na to.
So, si Ice...
Dati physical touch ako, tsaka ano yan.
Ngayon, hindi na.
Typically, when you say physical touch, laging sex agad.
Wala ako nabibigay na love language sa asawa ko.
So, sa isang linggo, isang beses lang yung kilig.
Grabe ka naman. Bakit natatakot ka magsabi?
So, disappointed ako sa resulta ng game na yan. Hindi ko matanggap, natalo ko. Hindi ko talaga matanggap.
Hindi kasi siguro, kaya it felt like I won. Because lahat ng mga sagot ko, on point.
No? So, let's move forward.
Okay. Ayaw mo ba nun? Actually, pag ako nanalo, ibig sabihin, I know a lot of things about you. And I know...
Sorry,
I
hindi ko pa rin
know
matanggap
our
na I know you so well. Imposible. Ikaw ang mga hindi nakakakilala sa
nakakatuwa
sarili mo.
na disappointed siya kasi alam niya, kilala niya ako, tapos di nag-reflect sa game. Oh, di ba? So, ibig sabihin, kasi he really wants to know me. So, cute. Okay, so yung next natin, because our topic is on love language.
Yeah.
Siyempre, we also had a poll. So, nag-ask tayo ng mga kasama natin dito sa Fire and Ice and yung mga ibang
Mga kapitbahay.
kinuha na ng mga questions.
Nagpa-survey po kami, no? We asked 100 people.
At ito po ang kanilang mga tanong. May difference ba sa love language mo noon versus ngayon sa relationship natin? Sa akin, I really believe there is a primary language and there is a secondary language. Parang ano siya, mararamdaman mo dun sa partner mo kung ano yung mas gusto niyang nare-receive na love from you. And then kung ano rin yung, pag yun yung binigay mo, he really still sees that as a filler sa pang-fill ng love tank. So with Ice, I really know na words of affirmation siya. Pero yung pangalawa, naantok ka na, patulog na tayo.
Yeah, ano na, 12 midnight na, sure.
pero yung love language niya is words of affirmation. Pero, malaking bagay din talaga sa kanya yung quality time. So, alam ko sa sarili ko na
Quality time ba? Acts of service?
acts of service nga yung ginagawa ko sa'yo lagi, hindi mo na-appreciate.
Okay,
Hello,
so
lahat ng ginagawa ko sa karir mo.
Sandali. Okay. Pag-usapan natin yan,
Pag-usapan natin.
Hindi ganon. Hindi siya pointed sa'yo. Pag naka-point kay God. Lord, pag-usapan namin to. Okay, pag-usapan natin to.
Sige, pag-usapan natin
Ayan.
to.
So, di ba, yun, ganda rin sabi mo. Love language, acts of service, di ba? Yung acts of service that you're doing now, which I appreciate very much.
You don't need?
I'm not saying I don't need, but it's for work. And work is different. Like, the acts of service na
Akala niya lang for work.
can you hear me out? Yan, tinan mo. Hindi na ako nakapagsalita. May reaction agad.
Sige na.
Okay, pahinga mo lang. Siyempre for work, that's different, right? Like, I mean, bordering, of course, you're my manager, diba? So that's your responsibility. Listen to me first, bago ka mag-react. Kasi nararamdaman ko lumalaki na yung butas ang ilong mo. But I think what I'm pertaining to right now ay yung acts of service na yun. Alam mo yung ungot ko sa'yo parate.
Ano? Hindi ako nakapagluto.
Well, yun. Pero like yun, kunyari, pag may sakit ako, you're still working on my thing, but not necessarily taking care of me pag may sakit ako.
But hindi yun dahil ayaw kitang alagaan. Okay?
Yung tipong
Doon
sumusuka na
papasok.
ako sa banyo, wala pa rin siya.
Doon papasok yung how you are shaped and yung perspective mo about these things. Ako, I have baka maging emotional ako dito. So ako, okay.
Okay, next topic. Alright, let's do that.
Yeah, so ako, I grew up na walang nag-aalaga sa akin pag nagkakasakit ako. So natuto ko na hindi ako pwedeng maghanap ng ibang tao na mag-aalaga sa akin. So, ang nangyari sa akin, pag meron ako nakitang may sakit, ang laging nasa utak ko is, kaya mo yan. Kaya mo yung mag-isa. Ako nga kaya ko eh. Ikaw pa kaya. So, kahit na gusto kong mag-alaga ng tao, and alam kong that's what he needs. Like, talaga si Ice, magsasakitan pa yan minsan.
Hoy, hindi! Grabe ka
Yun talaga,
naman!
yun talaga maliit na bagay.
Anong
Talaga,
ginagawa ko? Tinutusok ko talaga. Sumusuka na ako.
Yun iba yun. Grabe, marami kang best magkasakit. Siguro mga 5 times a week, ganun. Okay.
Ako na nga naglalagay ng kating ko sa sarili ko.
I do it. Okay, I know na pagkukulang ko talaga yun kay Ice. And I'm working on it. You know, so that's why it's important for us to at least be aware of the love language na kailangan ng partner natin. Kasi, at least alam mo sa sarili mo na kahit hindi mo yun mabigay, you're really working towards it because you know that's what he needs. And ako, it makes me feel good pag may mga ganong occasions na I'm able to get over my own insecurities and my own fears and my own issues to provide him with the love that he needs. But ako kasi talaga, I was wired like that na buong buhay ko talaga parang pag may sakit ako lang. Ako magdadala sa sarili ko sa ospital. Yung gano'n.
Iba na ngayon kasi inaalagaan
I
kita.
know, and he really takes care of me.
Ako
And
naman
I
feel na
really
feel ko siya
appreciate that.
inaalagaan siya.
So, yun. So, it's not that I don't want to do it for him. Minsan talaga. Kasi nga di ba, kahit nga alam natin yung love language ng partners natin, kung hindi siya natural sa atin, hindi rin siya madaling gawin. So, because you love your partner, and that's actually what you want to show your partner, what you want to tell your partner through those love language, mas ma-appreciate niya yon. So, I know that, and I always naman tell you na I'm sorry kung hindi kita naalagaan. Pero, totoo yung sinabi niya like, isang beses talaga,
Oh, lumabas na lahat ng tiyan ko eh.
suka siya ng suka, tapos,
Ang nagising pa nun, si Jenny, sa kabilang kwarto. Yung asawa ko nakahiga, tulog pa rin.
yeah, so parang, yun, parang may ganon, yung meron ka lang ganon, yung sa system mo talaga. Pag inalagaan ko to, lalo itong magkakasakit. So, dapat, tiisin ko na wag siyang alagaan para I know it's weird, but thank you for pointing it out. I really want to change that about myself. Oh no. Okay. Ayun.
Sa dama.
Asa na yung tanong?
Ayun, sinagot mo naman.
Acts of service.
Oo, feeling ko mas acts of service ako.
O like yun, for example, ako, akala niya lang na yung ginagawa ko lang sa kanya is for work. But Ice is a very unique person. Like, his work is intertwined with his personal life. And for him, work lang yon. Pero hindi, buhay niya yon. Yung pag-shape, yung pagiging present ko in helping him shape his career, his direction, what he wants to do next. It's not just work. It's our life. So, me dedicating my time, setting aside my own dreams, like, by being an actress and all of those personal stuff that I want to do because I'm happy doing all of these for you. For me, it's not just acts of service dahil trabaho siya. It's really, me willing to yun, me willing to set aside my personal wants because I want to
But I
show
don't
my
want you
love
to
for
set
you.
aside your personal
I know
wants.
that. Pero, yun nga that's how I show love to you. And if you're saying that that's not as important as alagaan ka pag may sakit ka, hindi mo palang na-experience yan, kaya mo sinasabi yan. Sinasabi ko,
Natakot na yung pag-ganun
actually, sinabi ko sa kanya yung talaga nung isang araw, nagkaroon ako talaga ng moment. Talagang, sabi ko, what if I leave this all behind? I go to, like, I travel for an entire year. Ako lang mag-isa. Isipin ko lang si Liza. Oh, ano ka agad? Sabi mo, love, paano yun? I need you in my life. Ganyan, ganyan.
Of course,
Oh.
I need you in my life. You're my
Oh,
wife.
pero that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If I'm going to just choose myself and say, okay, I drop everything. Gusto ko lang magsulat. I'm gonna go and be in a let's say I will go to Amara and stay with Amara for 6 months. Wala ako dito sa Pilipinas. Iniisip ko lang sarili ko. And that's okay because I'm thinking about myself. I can't even, hindi ko ma-marry yun na posible yun. Kasi, ang dami kong responsibilities sa'yo, sa office, sa lahat, sa ginagawa natin, sa mga projects natin. And for me, that act of service is something that I love to do. Because
Yeah.
I love making you happy. I love making everyone happy. You know what I mean? So, di mo na-appreciate.
Grabe na.
Okay, yung next question.
Idagdag mo na lang yung pagpahid ng kating ko sa akin. Paano
Oh, sige.
okay. Paano ba masisimulan yung conversation about love languages with your partner na hindi siya awkward or parang inuobliga siya, di ba? Parang, in your opinion, dapat ba sinasabi sa partner yung love language na gusto mo matanggap para yun yung ibibigay sa'yo? Ako, I think the best way to do that is take the test. It's on,
Pero paano mo nga i-open yung conversation na yun with the partner?
uy, partner, let's take this test. Parang, I don't think it has to be like,
Ako hindi. Binigay ko sa kanya yung book. As in, like,
no, we took it online. Before we even bought the book. Ako ang nagsabi sa'yo about love languages. Yeah.
alam ko na yun eh.
But, okay, probably sa iba mong relasyon,
Oo.
pero sa relationship na to, ako ang nag-open up sa'yo and we took the online test before you even got the book.
Okay, sabi niya eh.
He said, she said.
Okay, so, however you receive that book and however you discover that information about love language, I think the best way to open it up is, you know, I really want to show you my love in the way you understand. So there's this thing called the 5 languages of love, and meron yung test para malaman natin kung paano natin gustong ibigay yung pagmamahal sa isa't isa at paano tayo gusto mag-receive yung pagmamahal. Do you wanna take it with me? Diba? Parang ganun siya. It's, dapat ang intention is for you guys to have a better relationship and a better understanding sa pagmamahal na gusto nyong ma-receive at ibigay sa isa't isa. So, like yun, we took the test again. Kasi nga, maraming nagbago. And that's true, that in life, you will go through things that hindi mo na magagawa yung dapat na primary language mo. O halimbawa, you like to give gifts. And ikaw, pag nagbigay ka ng gift, ayaw mo lang din ng basta kung ano lang, di ba? Gusto mo talaga ibigay something, you know, etong value na to, like yun, pag nagbigay ka ng mga mamahaling bag, there was a person that gives, na ganun yung ginagawa for me. Akala ko binibili ako. Diba? Parang, bakit mo ko binibili? Bigyan mo ako ng mga Louis Vuitton na bagay. Hindi ko yung kailangan. Eh, hindi man ako mahilig sa mga ganon. And I feel like parang ganun yung ginagawa sa akin para lang. But no, this person sees that your value is equivalent to like the best things in life. So, he really sat me down and said, no, this is not me buying you. It's me showing you that yung worth mo, dapat ganito. Dapat ganito yung mga magagandang bagay sa buong mundo para sa'yo. Deserve mo yan. So, nagkaroon ako ng appreciation for... And actually, because of that, whenever I buy things for myself na mas expensive, di ba, bibigay tayo sa iba pero sa sarili natin, hindi natin siya bibilin kasi namamahalan tayo. Doon ko natutunan na, no, I deserve this because I worked hard for it.
Tsaka puro sale ka naman mamili.
Ito yung value na binibigay ko sa sarili ko.
Puro sale ka naman mamili, tigilan mo ka
Well,
ako.
I'm more for quantity now, more than quality. Hindi naman. Pero mahilig talaga ako sa sale.
Oo, mas sale siya namimili.
Pero
Kasi
yun
nga,
nga.
naiinis pa ako sa'yo eh.
Hindi, pero yun nga, pag
Kasi-
bibili ako ng mahal na bagay,
Kailan ka bumili ng mahal na bagay? Wala akong matandaan. Hindi, totoo, honestly. Like, minsan parang love, parang nagigilty siya. Sabi ko, no. Tinanabaho mo to. You deserve that.
iyak na naman ako.
Hindi,
Siya kasi, araw-araw, dumadating ng mga sapatos, dumadating ng mga kung ano-ano mga gamit.
Tinanabaho ko yun eh. I will
yun.
enjoy
Siya
that.
yun. Siya yung kayang-kaya
Diba?
magbigay ng, I deserve this, I deserve this, I deserve
Kahit
this.
nga pagtataksi, pinagtatalunan pa namin.
Oh my God. Nagtitipid
Tipid
ako.
niya. As in, pati Christmas tree sa Divisoria.
Pero hindi ako nagtitipid sa food.
Oo.
Aminin niyo
Ah,
yan.
in fairness,
When it comes
doon
to
tayo
food,
pagdating sa
like,
food.
I will really spend to enjoy food.
Hindi, ako pagdating sa comfort, I'm like, okay, I've been working for 38 years, I deserve comfort.
Yeah. And I've learned that from him. Okay, next question. Ano yung unang time na na-realize mo, uy, iba yung love language niya sa akin? Umpisa pa lang ng relationship.
Talaga?
Kasi yun nga love language ko talaga yung giving gifts before. 'Di ba? I'm really so personal. Like ngayon, I can't even give gifts to anyone. Parang nawala na talaga siya sa sistema ko.
Excuse me, I give gifts. My presence.
Yun. No, naging ganun siya. Naging ganun na rin yung mentality ko. Na basta nandun kami, yun na yun because time, and I guess it's because for Ice, his presence talaga is of value, di ba? I mean, hello, ang binabayaran sa kanya is oras niya. Ang binabayaran sa kanya.
Just for me to get out of bed, take a shower, and leave the house. That's so much. That's gold.
So yun, so nag-adjust talaga yung love language ko.
Hindi, pero okay. Okay, aminin mo. Kasi nga, alam kong yun yung love language mo. Ginawa ko naman yun eh. So, basta I remember you mentioned sa beginning ng relationship natin that you wanted this bag.
Yeah.
Diba? So, punta talaga ako to buy that bag. Tapos, sabi ko, okay, she really wants bags. So, the second time, basta may minensyon siya, ang gusto niyang baging, madali magsuksok ng gamit. Si Liza, ano yan, pag makakalimutin yan, so hindi mo siya pwedeng bigyan na may mga zipper, gusto niya yung parang malaki, marami, yun. So, I went to this store, tapos may nakita akong bag na type ko siya, na parang nakikita kong suot niya, na binili ko for her. Tapos pagkabigay ko parang, oh, thank you, parang,
Kasi mukhang bayong.
ba't mo ginagamit ngayon?
Nag-mature na ako.
Okay. Tapos meron pa isa. So ako feeling ko, kaya ayoko nagbibigay ng
Ayoko
gifts.
siya i-disappoint.
Tigilan mo nga ako, laspag na nga yata yun, kagagamit mo.
Pero pag nakita mo talaga, sobrang wala talaga sa personality ko. Parang hindi niya talaga inalam kung ano yung mga gusto kong gamit. Like, okay, when I receive things, ayoko lang yung basta, mahilig ka sa bag, binigyan mo ako ng kahit anong bag. Di ba? Siyempre,
Excuse me,
gusto mo yung
pinili
bag-
ko yun. Hindi siya yung ano.
Kaya nga, so it really reflects his taste.
Bakit? Maganda yung bag. Anyway. Tapos may ugali pa ako na since bihira ako magbigay ng regalo, pag hindi mo siya ginamit, or binigay mo sa...
agad, hindi na ako binigyan
Or
ng bag.
binigay mo sa ibang tao, especially the second one, pag binigay mo, okay lang na hindi mo gamitin, basta it's still with you. Pero I remember I gave my mom a gift. Nakita ko, suot ng ibang tao, binigay niya, napikon talaga ako. Sa'yo ko binigay, hindi ko binigay sa kanya. Huwag mo ibigay sa ibang tao. May ganun ako na mentality.
So kaya nawala sa'yo yung giving gifts.
Siguro. Kasi para sa
See,
akin,
may question kanina, di ba? Parang, are we shaped by our past experiences? And itong love language natin, can this be a trauma response? I mean, pwede, di ba?
Pwede, kasi
Parang ang hinahanap mo
yun
yung, hindi, pwedeng ang nangyari is, hindi mo na naging love language yung ginagawa mo before because na-trauma ka dun sa pinakitaan mo ng love language na yan tapos hindi na-appreciate. Pwedeng yun. And pwede rin na yung wala sa'yo, hindi mo na-receive growing up, yun yung hinahanap mo sa ibang tao.
Or hindi rin. Pwedeng, like ako, di ba, with taking care of me when I'm sick. Laging ginagawa sa akin yun. So, yun yung hinahanap ko. Parang ganun siya. So, ba't yun nga? Parang may ganun ako na parang, pag sa'yo, hindi ko ibibigay sa akin, pero I will give you what you want or what you need. But that's yours. Don't give it to anybody else.
Eh, paano nga kung yung binibigay mo naman,
Pangit yung binigay ko sa'yo.
hindi ganun kaganda. So, ito yung next question. May ginawa ba ako before na akala ko sweet, pero for you, parang hindi helpful or nakakainis pa nga?
Yeah.
Parang walang patumpik-tumpik yan. Okay,
kasi
explain.
Hindi kasi ako, bihira ako mag-share ng problems eh. Kasi normally, ako lang naman makakapagbigay ng sagot sa sarili kong problema. Diba? So, the mere fact na I'm opening up to you doesn't mean I want you to solve my problems. I actually hate it when naglalabas ako ng sama ng loob sa'yo, tapos you're trying to make me see the other side of things. Believe me, my personality, my character, I always look at the other side of things. But at that moment, I just want you to listen. But sometimes nga, di ba, you have the tendency to show me the other side. Or if, let's say, I need that, I will actually tell you, love, okay, I want to see the other perspective. But hanggat di ko sinasabi yun, that means alam ko yung other perspective.
So, that's when communication is important. Kasi, di ba, hindi ko naman alam na yun pala yung kailangan niya. So, actually, because of that, I asked him, okay, do you want me to give you an advice or do you want me to just listen? So, I make sure that I ask him that because I'm a solutions person. So, pag binigyan mo ako pag nag-share ka ng problema sa akin, solusyon ang binibigay ko sa'yo. Kasi I like to solve problems. So, and I'm a very pragmatic person. So, parang pwede mo pa ako maging devil's advocate para makita mo yung other side of things na baka hindi mo nakikita. And other people appreciate that. But, I guess, yun nga, knowing Ice and how he is, ano siya yun nga, lahat ng mga kinuwento niya ngayon, I have to embrace that. So, kung talagang gusto nyong intindihin yung partner nyo and ang goal ninyo is to serve what he needs. Ang gusto niya at that moment, kakampi. Ang gusto niya at that moment, yung taong makikinig sa kanya. Not necessarily ipipatronize siya na, oh sige, tala, labanan natin yun. You know, not necessarily like that, but more like, I understand where you're coming from.
Labanan talaga natin. No, but yeah. And I think yun din, even with you, diba? Because there are times na, ako rin, may ganyan ako mindset sa'yo na parang may sinasabi ka sa akin. Or kunyari, minsan, ito pa nga si Liza, may tendency siya na tanungin ako na, what do you think? And of course, I will tell her what I think. And then yung pala, that's not what you need. We had fights because of that. Na parang, nalimutan ko na, basta naaalala ko na parang if I tell you what's exactly in my head, and that's not what you need at that moment, we would have like heated arguments about that. So, parang yun. Kaya ako, tinatanong ko rin sa kanya, okay.
Hindi. Kasi ako, I really want to know what you think. Pero hindi ibig sabihin nun, hindi ko kukontrahin yun. Gusto ko ng taong makakadebatehan. Sa bagay-bagay.
Ganito pala. So, dapat pag tinanong, gusto mo makinig ako sa'yo, gusto mo ng debate. Para at least prepared din ako. Kasi ako feeling ko, at that moment, I'm helping you.
Kasi ayoko rin
biglang debate?
I want to know what you think. Tapos sasabihin mo, bahala ka. I want to know what you think. Ikaw, kung ano gusto mo. Inis ako sa ganyan.
Hindi ko sinasabi,
I really
ikaw
wanna
gusto
know what
mo.
you have. But, it doesn't mean to say, that's what you think. But I don't think that way. Pero, you have to tell me and you have to assert to me, like, why do you think that this is why you want it? And I appreciate that. Kasi, it's just that the way I think, parang, I need to understand where you're coming from. Tapos pag naintindihan ko na where you're coming from, baka pwede pumunta ako doon. Pero kailangan natin magkaroon ng discussion bago tayo makarating doon.
Hindi lang siya discussion, debate. Okay? Iba yun. Ito, question ko. When did you feel the most loved by me? Yung talagang kahit simple lang pero tagos talaga.
Yung kahit na alam kong inaanto ka na, like ganito, like you will really listen to me. Kasi ako, lumalabas lang lahat talaga ng mga hinanakit, stress for the day before I go to sleep. Tapos, minsan, kasi, di ba, I have to be composed the entire day. I have to look like I know everything and I'm on top of things. Pero pagdating ko sa house, dun ko may feel yung agitation, ang lamig ng kamay ko, ang sakit ng tiyan ko, naiiyak ako. Basta ang dami kong mga, ang dami
Emotions
mga,
na
ang dami mga
hinold mo
emotions.
for the whole day.
So, si Ice, natuwa ako sa kanya kasi he allows me to debrief. Like, dadaldal ko lang kung ano yung nararamdaman ko. Minsan, sinusulat niya pa yon bago ako matulog. Tapos, sabi ko, tapos matutulog kami. Pagising ko, may listahan na ako ng mga kailangan kong gawin. Dahil natanggal niya sa utak ko. So, I appreciate that.
Ako naman, I feel most loved by you when you just let me be at home.
Ang simple naman ang gusto ng asawa ko. Hindi ko pa mabigay.
Yun, yung...
Ganun ba kita kinukulit?
Oo, kasi kunyari, sasabihin ko na sa kanya, love,
Oo,
magpapamasahe ako, medyo matagal ako magpamasahe.
5 oras?
Oo, 5 oras.
Gusto ko manood kami ng
Pero
movie.
samantala sa mga days na hindi naman ako magpapamasahe, yun naman yung wala siyang time sa akin. So parang, okay, pero sinasabi ko sa kanya, love, papamassage ako today, Kasi bihira lang, di naman ako nagpapamasahe every week, love. Like,
Dati every week.
no, that's not true. Every 2 weeks.
Oh.
Tapos sa gitna ng, susungitan na niya yung masahista. Ipaparamdam niya, hindi ka na welcome dito.
5 oras na siya.
Tapos sasabihin naman, excuse me, nasa 3rd hour pa lang kami nun. Sasabihin naman sa isa sa akin, sir, galit na yata si ma'am. Sabi ko, sige, uwi ka na. Hindi pa naagawa yung kabilang katawang ko. Oh, no! So, na-appreciate ko kapag nakikita mo na, yun nga kumbaga, I am easily overwhelmed by things. So, not just things, but people. So, sometimes, kunyari, even after yung mga discussion niya, nagde-debrief sa akin, I need time to debrief din sa sarili ko. I have to debrief myself. Na wala akong ibang ka-debrief, wala akong kabarkadang kausap about that. Because that's her thing, na very personal things na sinasabi niya sa akin. So, I can't tell my friends that. Diba? So, sa akin siya naiipon lahat.
Aww,
So,
sobra naman kita pinapahirapan.
hindi. Parang may bigat. So, so I need my space para, kasi pag hindi nabibigay sa akin yung space na yun, I end up being masungit, being so aloof sa mga tao, kasi madali ako mairita. So, kapag nabibigay mo sa akin yung time to just be alone, alam mo yun, yung do my own thing, either matulog ako, manood ako ng true crime ko, whatever it is,
Okay.
sobrang na-feel ko na you really love and respect me. And if you're on time.
Okay. Talagang siningit mo, hindi kasali yun,
Hindi kasama yun.
Being in a queer relationship, may challenge ba pagdating sa pagpapakita ng love language? Nakaka-apekto ba ang gender or sexuality sa paraan ng pagbibigay? O, ayan na naman.
Hindi kasi dry. May close-up ka. Anyway.
Sa paraan ng pagbibigay at pagtanggap natin ng pagmamahal, some would say na too feminine ang acts of service or physical touch.
Ako, for me, hindi siya walang sagabal na ganun. Wala. Because,
And bakit naging too feminine yung physical touch? Eh, guys nga, gusto lagi sex. I mean, if you're going to like do
You're really a guy, no?
masculinity. Ha?
you're really a guy, no?
Nagiging gay ako kasi hindi mo mabigay.
Back to you! Back to you! Oh, boom.
O, alam nyo na.
Anyway. Hindi, pero hindi ako naniniwala na may...
Ikaw halaman ka.
Di naman. Kapag nandun na sa moment, go na go. Diesel ako. Kasi ikaw, tipong electric vehicle ka, unang pindot, boom! Tipo, galing sa computer, biglang yaya ka, pahalik na agad.
Siyempre!
So, para ako, hello, medyo, naman tayo, landian naman ng konti. Hindi, gusto agad. Yun lang, yun yung
So,
pagkakaiba.
ako nga yung masculine sa relationship.
Hello,
Trans man.
alpha ka. So anyway, hindi ako naniniwala doon. Hindi ako naniniwala na may gender roles or whatever na dapat kapag pag feminine ka, acts of service. No, I don't believe that because love is universal 'di ba? Kumbaga ang pagmamahal, we just have different ways of showing it, but love is love and hindi siya dapat na ikakahon. And I think that's the downfall. If we, like ako, di ba, with my dad and everything, dahil kinahon ko yung dapat na pagmamahal niya na feeling ko dapat na receive ko sa, dapat provider ka, dapat ganito, dapat ganyan ka. I failed to see the other good,
His presence.
His presence. I failed to see everything else that he was trying to give me.
He was like quality time.
Yeah.
Talaga for you.
And yeah, and presence. Yeah.
Okay. Yung the whole feminine, masculine, I mean, these acts of service is genderless. These love languages are genderless kasi nakakonteksto siya sa kapasidad ng isang tao. Lahat tayo, may capacity tayo to make time, to do things for our partners, to touch our partner in the way that they want, or tayo to receive that. To say I love you or ayaw or baka yung mas words of affirmation pa kasi mas yun ang mas tied sa babae, 'di ba? Kasi babae lagi magsabi, but it's more of the physiology of a guy. But other than that, parang it's neutral, gender neutral
It
siya.
should be.
Next, is there a possibility to use love language to compensate for something sa isang relationship? For example, trying to fix a problem through gifts instead of communication. Paano kaya dapat i-navigate yung gantong instance?
No, okay, dyan ako, for me, these love languages are just your way, different ways of, diba, showing the person kung ano yung nararamdaman mo, yung pagmamahal. But if there are already problems within that, I think, as with anything, you have to sit down and solve the problem by talking about it and hearing each other out. Hindi siya... No, hindi. I think...
Showing and receiving love.
Dapat ang sinasabi kasi is, kunyari, may ginawa akong masama sa'yo, may ginawa akong hindi mo gusto. Tapos, parang nanunuyo ako, pero hindi ko dinidiscuss yung problema.
But, kaya nga love language, kasi that's the language that you know. Like, yung discussion ng problem, that's another language.
No, ang ibig kong sabihin, yes, yung pagsuyo, okay, do it your own way or do it in the way that this other person will understand. But, no, ibig ko sabihin, love, hindi mo pwedeng, dahil feeling mo, nabibigay mo yung love language na gusto niya, okay na yung problema niyo. Hindi. Kailangan niyo pa rin pag-usapan yun. And kaya nga, it's uncomfortable Because I don't think talking about problems is, I don't like talking about problems because it's not my language.
But you're seeing it from your lens lang. So, ang tanong dito is, pag halimbawa, nagbigay ng regalo yung partner mo to solve a problem instead of communication. But what if yun nga yung language niya, na he's not a person who knows how to communicate, so he will show his love and his way of trying to solve the problem through gifts. Kasi yun yung love language niya. So ako, it's all about intentions. It's very important for us to know the intention on why this person is showing love through a specific language. So for example, nagkaaway kayo. And then, gusto kong gamitin to example na to. Hindi ko language yung magbigay ng regalo. Pero alam ko, language niya to. And we came from a fight, pero hindi rin ako confrontational. You know, hindi ko alam kung paano. And that's not because I don't want to talk about the problem. It's because I just don't know how to start it. So, bibili ako ng bulaklak. Kasi alam kong, pag nagbigay ako ng something na personal, na-appreciate niya yun. So, I give this to my partner. It's a way to open up a conversation. And if your partner is sensitive enough to know na, and alam mo, hindi niya to ginagawa sa akin lagi Pero ba't siya nagbigay sa akin ng bulaklak today? Ibig sabihin, meron siyang gustong i-express na baka hindi lang niya ma-express through communication. That for him, and that for the person, that's communication. And that's why it's important for us to understand love in different languages. That it's not just through verbal language, but it's also through non-verbal language, which is what love language is.
Yeah, but my point is, it's a conversation starter. But will it solve the problem?
Hindi, wala namang sinasabi.
Kasi andun ako sa sinasabi, yun yung sinasabi ko. Kahit ano pang pagluluto ang gawin mo, kung may underlying problem, hindi yan masasagot ng all of these different love languages. You still have to talk about it and discuss to fix the problem. That's my point naman. Pinahaba mo lang yung sa'yo. Pero yung sa akin yung...
Hindi, kasi baka ma-devalue yung language na ginagawa ng mga tao in the replacement or at least to para ma-soften yung communication agad. Kasi yun ang pinakamahirap sa couples. You're very confident about that. Kasi nalagpasan na natin yun. But kay Ice, ganun din siya before. Like, he will not say anything. Like, talagang tahimik lang talaga siya. You will try to yank it out from him kung bakit kami may issue, hindi siya magsasalita. But, the mere fact na hindi niya ako tinaasan ng boses, nakatahimik lang siya, his presence is there, he made time, hindi niya ako tinulugan. You know, for me, I have to interpret it as a form of communication and a way to fix the problem. So, I don't want kasi na ma-discourage yung mga talk sheeters natin na wag mong daanin sa regalo or wag mong daanin sa acts of service, pinagluto mo, wag mong daanin sa hindi ka nagbigay ng oras. You can definitely use that as a way to get to the solution. Kasi iba't iba nga tayo eh. And the more sensitive we are about the love languages of people, the more na makikita natin na hindi lang usap lagi. 'Di ba? Sometimes tahimik lang kayo, nagkatinginan kayo, tapos pinakita mo sa kanya that you're sincere and your intention is there. The context of how you showed your love is felt. Then that's already a communication in itself.
It's a step. But
Yeah.
I don't believe that that's the only thing that you should do. It's a
Okay.
step to get there.
Next. Everyone seems conscious about giving and receiving love language. Minsan ba parang nagiging scorekeeping na siya? Like, ako nga nagbibigay ng ganito, ikaw bakit hindi? How do you stop love from feeling transactional? I think nangyayari to sa mga tao na hindi natural sa kanila yung love language na ipinibigay nila. Like, for example, hindi ako mahilig I have a friend, hindi siya mahilig magbigay ng gifts. Pero, dahil alam niya na yung kanyang boyfriend, loves to receive tokens. Like, gusto niya so, bumili siya ng watermelon shake para dito sa ano niya na to. So, binigay niya. Pero hindi na-appreciate. So, dun siya nagsa-start mag-score. Oh, nagbigay naman ako sa kanya dinalang ko naman siya ng watermelon shake. Oh, nung umaga naman, nagbigay ako sa kanya ng ganito. So, bakit hindi niya, basta a friend of mine. So, kaya ka nagsa-start mag-score kasi hindi siya natural sa'yo. So,
Pero paano maiwasan yun? Kasi syempre, like yun, may mga hindi rin naman natural sa akin na gawin eh. Pero ginagawa ko yun for you because I know that that's how you receive love. Diba? And I'm sure you're doing things also na you don't normally do for me because you know that's how I receive love. So, siguro akong pinakaano dyan is, naniniwala ba kayo sa love tank? Diba? Kasi parang, depende yun kung paano natin makikita eh. Like ako, naniniwala ako sa filling each other's love tanks. Na parang, we do things not to please the person, but to fill the tank of the other person. Parang may pondo ka, di ba? Kasi may mga days talaga na hindi ka makakapagbigay eh. Pero kapag puno yung love tank niya, alam mo rin na siya, may maibabalik sa yung pagmamahal.
Yun exactly yung sagot dun sa question mo na yun, na parang, when you know na lahat ng ginagawa mo naman, not necessarily kailangan makakuha ka something in return. Pero ang expectation mo lang doon is at some point, the person will appreciate, and ikaw din, tinitrain mo yung sarili mo na ibigay yung pagmamahal dun sa tao in the way the person understands. Kahit na hindi instant yung appreciation.
So do you think love languages can be weaponized? Okay, for example, sinasabi ng partner mo na hindi mo siya mahal kasi hindi mo binibigay yung specific language niya, kahit iba naman yung binibigay mo.
Weaponized. Well, I think balik tayo dun sa bakit ba natin kailangan malaman yung love language ng isang tao? So, it's more for our information, for guide. It's not an end-all, be-all. Na, oh, di mo na love language yan. Di mo na ako binibigyan ng pagmamahal. Parang, I think we're using it for the wrong intentions kung ganon yung way natin ng pag-understand sa love language. Love language allows us to look at the things that are beyond what we see or beyond what we receive or how we interpret things. Kasi 'di ba, ang daming mga face value na ay tahimik siya, hindi niya ako kinakausap today.
Iba iniisip
Oo, or wala na, hindi na niya ako binibigyan ng pagmamahal. Love language just is a way for us to look at possibilities na pwedeng nangyayari dun sa partner natin. Kaya, may mga bagay tayong hindi naiintindihan sa the way sila magbigay ng pagmamahal. Like with us, 'di ba? Like ako, alam mo namang mahal na mahal kita, 'di ba?
Okay.
So, pero minsan, I know that I get consumed by my own problems, my own sheets, that I feel like I don't get to express it to you in the way that I should and you would love to receive it.
Yeah.
So, I guess that's where understanding comes in. That's where knowing the person comes in and seeing our love beyond what we expect. So, yun, I think yun yung meron tayo na alam ko naman na hindi mo personality yun. And at the end of the day, or you would love me and you would show love to me in the way I would love to receive it, and vice versa.
And ako, just to add on to that lang, Lisa and I love taking tests. Like this one, love language. There's another one called MBTI. I love knowing about her personality. Why? Because for me, it's a tool. Yeah. How can I love my wife better? I can love her better by not just ano yung nanggagaling sa kanya na ito yung gusto niya, but ano yung meron sa personality quirks na, di ba? Kasi yun being in a relationship, it's not just about giving love, pero understanding the quirks of a person. And loving the quirks. And being, able to embrace everything about the person. And ako, feeling ko, love language is one of the tools that you can use na masasabi mo na pampatagal at pampasaya ng relasyon mo because of this, mas maiintindihan mo yung taong kasama mo habang buhay.
Yes.
So, okay, anong takeaway mo? Anong takeaway mo sa lahat ng mga discussion natin?
Well, natuwa ako dun sa when we were answering nung nagka-game tayo. Tapos
nanalo ka?
Hindi, dahil nung sinabi ko na parang what would I want as a surprise date? Tapos sinabi ko na kumain lang tayo sa labas na gusto ko yung pagkain, okay na ako. Pero ikaw, you said that a surprise Boracay trip. Kasi ako, kung hindi ko iisipin yung busyness in life, hindi ko iisipin na meron pang trabaho bukas or kailangan ting umuwi, I would love that. And I love that you still know na ultimately, yun yung mga bagay na gusto kong nagpapasaya sa akin. So, for me, it's really na parang we should trust also our partners na ikaw nag-adjust ka na, nag-compromise ka na sa mga bagay na nasa harap mo, okay na, maging masaya ka na dito. Pero dahil mahal na mahal ka nila, gusto pa rin nilang ibigay sa'yo yung bagay na if it were a perfect world, they will give that to you. Like yun, di ba, na ako doon sa breakfast in bed, na bother ako doon na, I will not ask that. But ngayon, inisip ko, yeah, if my husband can actually cook or if Ice can really mag-get over niya yung insecurity niya sa pagluluto at hindi niya na makitang kalaban ang talsik, siguro, pagluluto niya ako and he will do that breakfast in bed thing. So,
kasi nakakatakot talaga yung talsik.
So yun, na-appreciate ko yun. For me, I know it might be a small thing, but that's my takeaway, that the person, you have to just also trust that the person that you love will always want to give you the love in the best way that you should receive it in their perspective. Appreciate ko yun.
Ako, ang takeaway ko na parang ang mga relationship at ang mga tao na karelasyon mo, nag-i-evolve talaga yan. May ibang times may isang aspeto ng personalidad nila mas mabilis compared to the other. And I think na with itong love language na to, parang like yan, di ba? Like, with me na, yung think ko nga about you taking care of me, di ba, ganyan. Ako rin kaya stretch ko eh. Parang, ang sarap lang sa pakiramdam na, alam mo yun, yung may acknowledgement na parang ito talaga yung gusto ko, di ba? Na parang, but you hearing what you said kanina about your acts of service din, that siguro nga, because for me, it's work.
Yeah.
But for you, it's not. Na parang, ako rin, I have to come terms with that din na parang, okay. So, if hindi work ang tingin niya dito, then, siguro, ako rin, medyo kailangan ko rin mabago yung mindset ko about it. Diba? Pero syempre, it takes a while. But we can freely talk about things. Because I think once we were able to talk about these things, mas magko-foster siya ng understanding sa bawat isa. And we can be kinder to each other also.
Well, this episode shows na minsan hindi sapat na mahal nyo lang yung boyfriend or asawa nyo. Kailangan, ipaparamdam nyo rin yung pagmamahal in the way that they understand.
Yes, totoo yan. Kasi, di ba, ang love language, hindi lang naman yan para sa partner mo, right? Way din yan para makilala mo at matutunan mo rin yung sarili mo. Mahalin ang sarili mo ng tama, which I think is always, always important.
So tonight, bago kayo matulog, siguro what we can do, if you at least got something from this whole episode, ask your partner, love or mahal in the way, whatever endearment, like, paano mo ba gustong makareceive ng love?
Paano mo ba gusto kitang mahalin? Diba? And I think that's always, especially sa mga bago pa lang din. Or actually, kahit matagal na kayo magkasama eh. It's always best to ask that person how they want to be loved.
Para sumakses sila sa mga relationships nila.
Tama yan. So guys, this is the first ever episode of Talk Sheets kung saan hindi lang ang puso ang pinapakinggan, pati na rin
Ang mga shit
ang mga shit!
na madalas hindi pinag-uusapan.
Yes.
So, I hope you guys enjoyed our episode. And if you did, please like, follow, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Tama ba? And don't forget to leave a comment if you have topics that you want us to unpack in the next episodes. Good night, and don't forget that the best conversations happen under the sheet.
So don't hold back, guys. Just talk sheets.
Good night.